totally do election thing.
All right, we're going.
Oh,
I'm Pat.
I'm Will.
Jeffrey.
We can do election stuff before we can talk about baseball for a bit.
Talk about baseball for a bit.
It was insane. I'm usually not even the biggest baseball fan, but
Both games have been bananas. So
some of the most entertaining baseball I've.
well, and nobody on the Dodgers knocks in a fucking Grandy, you know.
Nobody.
But I know.
Freddie Freeman is.
I know, but like compared to like some of the other guys,
He's making like 300 million instead of just 700 million like Shohei.
right? He's a nobody.
Yeah.
What a schmuck.
He's a schmuck.
Just one of the add-ons on these mega teams. Yeah.
The Yankees are full of schmucks. So
All I know is their catcher has the stash. And I never
he does have
knew of him
stats, but if you've
before.
ever looked at his stats, they're terrible.
Are they?
Yeah, they're pretty bad.
Oh.
So the mustache does not make the man.
And then I watched the game earlier with the Tigers earlier, and they're like,
276?
I think we're 276.
We're 295.
oh.
Well, that was 295. This is 296.
No, it's not. Unless I completely fat.
No,
fingered
you
something
didn't.
a
Okay,
while
so
ago. Okay.
I wrote 294 before, and then I went with that. So, okay, yeah, 270.
It's okay. We'll be there in a month.
But yeah, the guy said that the mustache, Tigers had several mustaches, and they're just like, yeah, this is playoff mustache.
It's a thing this
And I
year.
was like,
yeah.
oh, I didn't know baseball had playoff mustache.
Oh yeah, you do the old Don Mattingly special. So
Well, the Yankees used to have a special rule on that.
No sideburns.
not past the corners of your mouth.
Yeah.
Until, I believe they could do that in the playoffs, though.
Oh, I have no idea. So I think it was only after old man Steinbrenner fucking keeled over. So
And there was for a while that he was that a day one Steinbrenner thing? I can't remember.
I don't know the history
No.
behind it. So I don't. Yeah, baseball not like history is so. It like completely depends on who you ask and how they remember it. So
Sure,
it
yeah.
really does, man. So like my
Yeah.
brother's terrible about that. He's always telling me, "Oh, these traditions, blah blah blah," and I'll Google it and I'll be like, "I can't find that." So you know, it's like, well,
But I
know
heard
it's that
from
way.
this one guy who,
Yeah, I saw it on Sports Center once. It's like, okay,
and his uncle was a part of the ball club over there. And so
Right, yeah.
It has to be.
Well, there's stuff. I mean, there is even the unwritten stuff they've taken the time to write down now. I mean, so like it's no mystery. Like you can look up like not walking across the pitcher's mound. Right?
oh yeah,
You can-
that and the bat flip and stuff like that.
The
There's
bat
a ton of
flip,
stuff. Like
yeah,
that.
the no touching where you got hit, which is still funny every time you see it, because you can see dudes like reach for it.
yeah,
It's like, no, we can't,
can't do it. Can't do it.
or can't.
Well, I must say, there's probably something on Netflix you might want to watch.
What?
It's something about the Red Sox in the heyday.
Which idea?
The down
2003?
1-3.
Oh, okay, yeah. So 2004.
All I
right?
know is I saw the preview of it, and it showed whoever got hit on. I was coming back into the room, so I just heard him talking, and whoever got hit, being by the Yankees pitcher, Pedro is just like, "Who do you want?" And he's like, "Huh?" He's like, "You don't hit my guys. Who do you want?" And he's like, "Well, so I just didn't like Soriano, so I was gonna hit him, but he wanted Jeter."
Yeah.
So first pitch up, bam, and he hits it hit him in the hand, and he's just like, and then the next guy up, bam, Jeter right in the hand. He's like, two guys, same ambulance, sent off. And he was like, that's when he was pointing to his head. And I'm like,
yeah.
oh damn. Like, all right, this is probably good. I'm like, you kind of got me on the preview here. I'm kind of wanting to watch this.
You know what? Okay, here's Pat and I had a little talk about this here too. I'll bet you, like, is this a series?
I'm guessing, or a few series probably.
I feel like it's going to be something where if they did it in 2 episodes, it would be awesome. But I feel like it's going to be, if it's anything like Netflix, it's going to be 9 episodes and 7 of them will be bullshit.
Most I'd probably say
The
4.
series wasn't that long. And I mean, you're talking about covering like 3 games.
Well, I don't know if it is just about that
Oh,
one
okay.
year.
Yeah,
or
it
if
could be
it's-
about their entire run.
Yeah,
They
it could
got
be.
like,
Oh,
like
okay,
a
okay.
6-year run there where they're
Yeah.
constantly either going to or close to getting to the series. So
Yeah, and then I found out that in 04 and 07, they got busted for steroids hard.
yeah, everybody did.
The whole
Yeah.
world did it. Don't matter.
I know it's just pretty funny that the same people kept getting dinged. Yeah, it was a different time.
Yes.
Different
yes.
time.
So.
Again, it feels very recent, but that's just me. I don't have a good sense of.
God damn, it's 20 years ago.
I know.
So give it 2 more years and we're going to be at the Rockies, getting curb stomped by the Sox.
Yeah.
Because that was 07 or 06? That was 07. Yeah, it was 07. They went back to the NLCS in 08 and got beaten Game 7 by the Phillies. So,
Yeah.
yeah. I was at that game. So,
Oh, gotcha.
yeah. Actually, I think it was Game 6. I don't think they made it to 7. So, yeah. I think it was 6. So,
I just remember the Rocktober. That was insane.
oh, the 29 game streak or whatever it was. When
No.
Denver was tearing itself to pieces. So, like pre-2020 Seattle style. So,
And then,
Well, it was the my biggest memory of that section was the play-in game.
with Holiday.
Everybody was up till like 3 a.m.
Yeah.
on that game that it wouldn't end, and it's just like everybody's just going fucking nuts for this. And it was like a Colorado like touchdown because this is everybody, and you could talk to anybody about it the next day, and I mean,
Yeah.
okay, there were plenty of like girls who's just like the baseball. That's fine. But we were talking to dudes about it and giving high fives to strangers and shit. It was crazy.
it was different in Denver, man.
I wouldn't. That would.
It was different in Denver,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
Yeah, that's when I lived in Denver. It was nuts. So
You might not want to.
I didn't scout myself. So it's okay.
You lean
I
back.
can't move. Yeah, it's all right.
Well, but the baseball has
Baseball's been great.
been insane. So.
Back in New York tomorrow, so we'll see how it goes. Yeah, because either one of those games could have gone either way.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they totally could have gone either way. So
There were some crazy football games today too, right? Because
today was bananas.
the Ravens lost today, right?
Yes.
Yes.
The Browns. And I'm in a survivor pool.
Oh,
and
no.
That one had like 20%. Get out!
There were a couple other ones I was going to ask Will if these teams stuck, but that was the one that jumped at me.
And the Jets are just.
Terrible, dude.
You fire your coach, you trade for Adams, and
Is this the end of Aaron Rodgers?
yeah, it's the end of Aaron Rodgers,
Right.
which means the Jets are now going to.
Oh no, he's got to get at least a year in at Minnesota, man. So just
Well,
no, he
Minnesota has. They have talent, yes.
Oh yeah, he can't go to Minnesota. They drafted a quarterback,
yeah, you're right.
and they have Darnold. I mean, although, did you see the game on Thursday? How it ended?
No, I didn't.
So it ended with basically the Vikings got sacked for a safety. Only the guy's helmet almost got like torn off. Like it was a face mask, and his face mask got pulled off the side of his head.
It's like the Lego helmet.
And like the guy that sacked him, like soon as he got him to the ground, he put his hands on his helmet because he knew he got flagged for a penalty. And they're just like, safety. And then he's just like,
Wait, what?
yeah! Like, the guy knew he totally... I mean, the guy's head went straight sideways. There's 2 refs, like, literally, like, standing there watching. And they're just like, safety.
Did it end that way?
Well, I mean, then they had to kick kick to the Rams and they just took a knee. But yeah, it was the final. It was in the final 2 minutes. They had the ball back down by 8, and so that would have been 15
Yeah, that would've
yards.
been 15 yards.
But he got sacked in the end zone by yanking his face mask, and it's just like.
This is what I asked for. So we specifically requested all cameras be removed, and that the game be called as is.
Wait, what?
Oh, you weren't here that day. Never
Uh-uh.
mind. Okay. We were going back to like the old days of like pre-replay stuff, where you just have to let the call go. If it's a bad call, it's a bad call.
No.
Yeah,
That's
he was
terrible.
not here that
He was
day.
not.
There's no
No.
way he would agree
No,
to that.
Right.
You would not be able to get away with that,
That's true,
that
yeah.
conversation
because
with
everybody's
him being
You
present.
can't do that now.
Yeah, in fact, like, I mean, you know, like, they should have, like, touch sensor contacts and stuff now, you know?
Well, I mean, they
So-
have a guy in the sky that just literally calls down and just says, "Hey, you got it wrong." Like, they don't even have to go to replay for some of this stuff now. Like, they are literally changing the call in the field just from the guy in the booth being like, "Hey, you blew it," and they're like, "Oh, yeah, it's there."
Yeah, so officiating's more of a team effort now.
Yeah. And so that's
Just
why
one guy.
after this thing, they're like, okay, you're not supposed to be able to add a flag, but maybe on some of these extreme egregious calls, you go in there and be like, yeah, you missed it. That one, I don't know how you guys didn't see that one, but say the flag fell out of your pocket late and call it good.
Or you just have stackable penalties. Yeah.
Well, I mean that makes like double the case for robo umpire.
Well, in baseball for sure. They're calling balls and strikes.
Yeah, I could, if they decided to do that, I could get used to it.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I'm not that much of a traditionalist, man.
I don't know.
So, you know, I mean, and it's really easy to do, too. You just do it with 4 infrareds.
Well, they
Oh,
have
yeah.
it on sitting there on the
They have it.
screen the whole time.
No, well, and that's
Well, and that's how they do the performance metrics too.
yeah, exactly. So, I mean, it's like a really easy thing to do.
So you already have it going. Everybody's already watching it. Just have it fed into the guy and have him do his show where he's, you know, all that good stuff and call it good.
Yeah.
Nah, I like it. I want cameras out. I want cameras out of all sports as much as possible.
How are you watching it then?
You watch the game,
Then
But-
there's cameras, you dingus.
but not to the point where you're doing this for the purpose of enforcement.
You already have it. There's cameras literally recording.
15 years.
You can't do that anymore.
Sure, you can. And there's plenty of reason to it. Just let the humans handle the game. It's fine. It's fine. It's a human game.
What
They
is
play
wrong
it,
with
they
getting it
appreciate
right?
Just call it.
Jeff
play
just
the
wants
game.
more randomness in it. that's
What
all.
is wrong with getting
Yeah.
it right?
It just the game loses something in the process.
What?
The authenticity of having a human being do their job and make a decision on that at that moment. I think it's very exciting.
I think there's a lot of other opportunities to do that. I don't think you need to make more.
It should be decided by the players, not some random dude wearing a zebra suit.
Well, no, you keep the game going. The dude.
And that's why they have the guy in the sky so he can buzz down and just say, "Hey, you got it wrong," and they waste no time
So
How long have they been doing that now?
since last year.
Since last
that's
year?
got to be a
That's
newer
correct.
thing.
So you got a drone guy or something, or
They New York watches all the games, I guess. And
Oh,
they
okay.
just call in and say,
so that's what you mean by eye in the sky? Someone at NFL HQ.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
I guess
I didn't
the
know you meant it was,
XFL
like,
did
actually-
that, and they stole it from them.
Well, as good
That's
ideas go,
fine.
yeah. So, yeah, no, I kind of noticed that the calls this year seem to be a lot quicker than they used to be.
Yeah.
So, yeah, okay. That wasn't just me.
And so if they change their mind real quick, like,
Well, so then how they'd miss that action that you talked about there with the head being turned on sideways?
because they didn't throw a flag, so they don't have it where you can then say, a flag should have been thrown.
That's what I'm talking about, though. Because, all right, so if you, William, the problem I have with this, and this is what I discussed the other day, right, is, all right, how many times, okay, how many times has there been, like, you're watching it in motion after the play, and you look at it and you see, like, that's a hold. But the hold wasn't called, right? You can't retroactively call that hold.
That's why they're saying maybe just on this egregious ones.
That's what I'm talking about,
Like
though. Is
face mask or the quarterback being bopped in the head and having it be a finger versus.
But to use that and say that this is the determiner of the game, if you blow a call there, you blow a call anywhere. Same thing goes with any pass interference call that you blow. So if you decide to intervene
Pass
by
interference isn't one they can do either.
That's what I'm saying. Is if you're going to intervene by machine, then you have to do this from top to bottom. Anytime that there's a bad call, anytime that there's a mishold, anytime that there's a hold that got through, anytime, like, you have to go in there and say, like, if we're going to use this to enforce the rules from top to bottom, you have to do that top to bottom. Because
Probably where we're going.
Because then
They
if some dude,
discuss which ones you can, and that goes into the rules.
That's all
committee
negotiated
and all,
every
you know.
year, right?
that's what I'm saying. Because if you go into it and this game won because of a missed hold, right, but the other team didn't get one, right, now you have the same controversy. You might as well just have human beings do it. Because then you can use the human element as the reason for the failures.
I don't think you'd ever get any teams to agree to go back to that.
Not for these things. Like,
Right.
if it crossed the
teams make the
goal
rules.
line and different things
So-
like that, like.
Well, they vote on the rules, but they don't make the rules.
Right, but voting on the rules
Right.
makes the rules.
And I don't know what that, do they have to be, like, unanimous in the NFL, or is it?
Ooh, that's a good question. I don't know.
No,
No,
baseball does in some things, yeah.
maybe for some things, but no. Here, there's been people that have voted against certain things and they got outvoted.
It's like
Is it?
one
Okay.
vote for a team.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what I
Right.
thought.
yeah,
Yeah.
Because it's the owners that vote, right?
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
And I know Jerry Jones has been the one that voted against certain things a couple times, and because he's like, no, all the money should go to me.
Right, right,
Don't worry, he'll die eventually.
right.
Can't take it with you, buddy.
But that's the thing. I don't know about on Buddy Jones. That I
Doesn't
think
he
he'll-
have kids?
I-
You've never heard about like the Elway dynasty, or I mean
think he does. I
okay.
think he's got a son.
So, because you had like the Pat Bowlen dynasty that kept the team locked up in fucking court for
Right.
15
Well,
years.
Right.
none of them are football people.
Well, no, they're all Silver Spoon kids,
Yeah.
you know?
Right.
So, yeah. It's like,
But
my
I-
dad owns a football team.
I guess
It's bullshit local fame.
Jerry
yeah.
Jones even has it that, like, where his guys work out and stuff, they have like clear glass that you can visit the complex and watch them work out and stuff.
Is it when we mirror stuff?
I,
Oh, that's hilarious,
I'm
man.
just like, really?
Yeah.
No, screw that, man.
Why, man? He signs checks. So, yeah, you know, you don't have to play here, I guess, kid.
Maybe we don't hear about the Jones kids because they're like, like the Leper King of like Dallas.
Oh, yeah, they
Yeah.
might be. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
So
And
locked in the
Jerry just
basement
never
somewhere.
shuts up, so nobody else
Right.
has a chance.
He's
to,
the person. Well, I mean, like Elon Musk has 14 kids. Do you know any of them?
I know they
I know one.
fucked up names.
Well, they have.
Yeah,
fucked
there's
up
one
names
that's got
for
like zeros in it.
Right.
So, yeah.
Right. It's like an equation. Like every time you talk to him, you have to balance it. It's like chemistry. So it's like, okay, so CH0 plus heat plus
Yeah.
carbon out. Yeah, maybe that's it. Maybe there's something, where some kind of Game of Thronesy with Dallas.
I don't know, man. It's just like, like you remember when like NFL teams were said that they're like billion-dollar teams. They're multi-billion-dollar teams now. And
yeah.
they just get broke up, man. Like if you have more than one kid, you're fucked. So,
And you have to divide their empire. So like Dallas will eventually break into like Oklahoma.
Subsidiary.
And,
well, no, I mean it'll still be the same kingdom. It's just somebody's gonna have to plot against somebody else, fabricate a claim, and then fight a little war over it, man. And then
this would make football so much more interesting.
I think it's got a lot of
Children
UK
had to-
to it already, man. Yeah, exactly.
Children had to fight till there was only one.
But
See
you
who gets
can't
it.
let them know that you're actually fighting. People have to have like a banister break.
You just wait till someone gets pushed out of a window, man. I mean,
Well, it's in that same way. There's always remember that like last year, I think it was last year, where every 2 weeks there was a mysterious like plane accident in Russia.
that
where-
happened a lot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I just don't see enough of that happening in like Dallas or
Well, he did that 20 years ago.
no,
So,
okay,
yeah.
right. Or Denver, whereupon the Boland's bullshit local fame had spilled over into family fighting or.
Sure did, but yeah, if they would have found, God, there was one of the shows I watched. I think it was The Blacklist. Yeah. So this huge empire, and it gets passed down generation to generation, but the kids, they have to. Whoever wins, like who makes the most money that year to add towards the family fortune, the other
Oh
kid
my God, this is Roman.
has to take the revolver and Russian roulette it and see if it offs him. And then finally, when you get down to just one kid, that's who gets inherited.
What if you just opt out?
Then you are removed.
That's fine by me. You know what? I'd just take a little house over here. And I'll be a tax officer or something. That's totally cool, man.
So I see what y'all are doing, but Wendy's is hiring, so
Yeah, exactly.
I'm gonna-
They're paying $25 an hour with guaranteed PTO of 2 weeks. I'm good. Man.
Right.
Yeah. And that employee discount, that's a sweet spot. You know?
they'll reimburse like up to 70% of my tuition.
Yeah. So, hell of a deal.
What's the show?
Blacklist.
Blacklist.
Yeah, do you know about this?
Yeah,
too?
I watched it for a while. You would
Wait,
like it.
this
It's
is
got
this is
James
new show?
Spader in it. You would like
What's
it.
that?
Is
It's 10 seasons, though.
10 seasons of this premise?
Oh, no, this is just one episode.
Yeah, that was just one
yeah.
episode.
That's what
Yeah,
I thought this was the show.
No, it was
No,
literally
no,
one
Oh,
episode.
No.
all right.
No.
It's got all sorts of.
Is it an older show or is this still going on now?
No.
No, it's over now.
Oh.
So
It's been over for 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
So it was a teen show. So a 20 teens.
Ah, okay.
I mean, he's the voice of Ultron.
Was he James Spader as there's James Spaderiest?
100%.
Oh, 100%.
He,
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, this is.
All right.
I don't.
Except for he's bald, so he's like Robert California without hair.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah, it is weird. So
I don't really know what show you're talking.
that's The Office. So
Is he in The Office?
oh yeah.
Yeah, he was one of the
He was the
bosses that
CEO.
took over when.
Oh,
The guy
really?
with the pool.
Yeah.
That was-
Gotcha.
yeah.
Okay.
Now you
was
see,
the-
you're like, oh yeah.
He was the best of the
Well,
replacement. Yeah.
I have to watch The Office. I think I'm finally.
You haven't watched it?
I think I'm finally gonna start.
It's man, I caught a few episodes. It's quaint now, you know. So it's like, wow, that's a big monitor.
Well, and then you go to the UK one, which is like 3 years before that.
Oh, I know.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
It's, damn, that's a big phone.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it is. It's they all have flip phones in the beginning.
Mm,
Yeah, it's just I remember that first one where they decide to bring in Robert California as the office guy, and I remember he says something that's so bamboozling, and I remember Jim being like, "I think he may be a genius."
I do remember that one. Yeah. Now, was he before or after Kathy Bates?
He is before.
Okay.
Those two actually they intersect with each other.
Okay, so I wasn't sure if he
Gotcha.
bought the company from her or if she bought the company from him.
Yeah, they have an intersection there where they're actually doing like two separate like things at one point, and eventually she takes over. It was very short.
It was short.
Just kind of like Idris Elba is in there for like a season.
wow.
Yeah, he tries to beat up Jim. Yeah, so
Pretty funny.
it is pretty funny. So he just doesn't like Jim. Yeah.
No. Yeah, the only one that really didn't work well was Catherine Tate, and she just wasn't a good fit for that. And
And fucking Andy,
Ed Helms
Ed Helms.
Yeah.
Sorry, yeah, his character was Andy.
playing Ed Helms, and then there was 2 episodes where it was
Because God, he is terrible. So,
Fucking elf himself. It's Will Ferrell.
Will Ferrell was in there for a season, and it was,
No. He was only there for like 2 episodes.
thank God.
Yeah.
So, and he was Elf.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I like him in small doses.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
you get a
you got
very
was
small
small
dose.
dose.
Yeah. There you go. You can take it.
I was like, because when that happened, I was like, I think I can skip this season. And
Yeah. Yeah.
then he gets injured playing basketball the next episode, and he's gone.
Right. Yeah, and he and Andy were insufferable. So it was so. I mean, it was painful to watch, man. So
Hey, you know what? I think history has sort of bared us out about whether or not Ed Helms has lasting appeal. I have not seen
the answer is no.
anything.
It's clearly no.
I know he's alive, so I know he's not fucking irritating people in heaven now. But it's just like, so I don't know, but
Might be a purgatory.
I don't think. Well, the funny thing was that's what I found out was because he was such a. He is awesome in that season where Jim gets sent over to like Philadelphia.
The first one he appears in.
He's so
He's
good
fine,
there, right?
yeah.
He's so good there because that's where you actually.
You're not supposed to like him. Yeah.
Yes. And that's where, Jim's other office workers are great. Rashida Jones is there.
Rashida Jones.
She's
is there.
in just as many episodes as she should be in The Office, but she's actually super funny in Parks and Recreation.
She's great in Parks and Rec.
Yeah.
I watched that a few years after The Office ended. I didn't realize that they were done by the same crews.
I just like half split off and
Yeah.
started this new
I do
show.
not like the main girl.
In what?
Parks and Rec.
Oh, what's her name?
Which main girl? The girl at the desk?
The blonde girl.
blonde girl.
Oh, you're talking
The
about
main girl.
Leslie. No,
Leslie,
you're talking
yeah.
about.
Oh, what the
Not-
hell is
it's-
her name?
I can't think of her
It's not
name.
Tina Fey. It's
not
her
Tina
best
Fey,
friend.
friend.
It's,
Yeah, Amy Poehler.
Amy
Yeah.
Poehler.
Yeah.
I cannot stand
I
her.
see. I can tolerate her, but I mean that show is like, I mean, just like, there's a couple other characters in that show that are just perfect. So,
Jim Hoffman.
huh? Well, everybody likes Ron, you know. So, but I mean, dude, even like,
Chris Pratt.
yeah,
he's so
he's
nice.
so
in that
nice
show.
in that show.
So nice in that
He
show.
lives in a hole for a
He does. He's
You know, it's like, are you living here? No. He just brings him home like a pet.
he's so friendly, and then of course April.
Oh, she's fantastic.
She's just the best. Aubrey
the best.
Plaza
Aubrey
is like
Plaza.
she's
Right, she's an
fantastic
awesome
in that
actress.
show.
Yeah, she's great.
She's actually in that Agatha all along.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard just kind of like, why waste somebody on this show? Because
I guess it's getting great reviews. People, I guess, love it. It's gotten better, but it's just way too zany. Like,
okay, so again, reviews mean nothing. The numbers are nobody is fucking watching it.
nobody is.
No, this is one of those like it's got like worse ratings than like the Acolyte, which
No,
That's impossible.
nope.
no way.
That's impossible.
Yeah, it is.
Huh.
It is because look, this show was like left to rot on the vine. Like
I mean, yeah,
it
years
struck
and-
3 years later than you should have done it.
Yeah.
Built up to like no fanfare. Like, oh yeah, I remember this. And then you saw all the shit in between. It's like, I don't want to come back to this. And then Disney, of course, is saying, this is the gayest Marvel show we've ever made. Like, we've all kind of turned our backs on that. That's not really a selling point anymore. And a lot of people immediately were like, I don't want to watch this. I'm done with you.
What show is this?
Agatha all along.
Oh, okay, got it. Sorry, I thought you lost me there for a second.
It's been all right, but it's also been. Yeah.
Okay, would you sign up to Disney Plus for this show?
For one show?
Yeah. A lot of people do that. A lot of it, when it comes down to it, like when people sign up for something, it's usually because there's something they want to watch on there they can't watch anywhere else.
All right, I got Apple TV just for Ted Lasso.
And that show's been over for a while.
Well, I got it while it was still going on.
Well, I know. Do you still have it?
Yeah, they're supposed to be making a season 4 now.
Didn't they have like a year or two off?
Oh yeah, they said it was done, and then
Yeah, I thought it was
he
supposed to
just
be
said
done.
that they're gonna actually make season 4.
Okay, so was there anything else on there that you really liked that in between, like when you thought it was done?
Yeah, I've watched some of the other stuff on there.
Would you have signed up for any of that stuff?
Well, no,
Wow.
but Disney's got
Disney's got a lot of shit
Yeah.
in there. Yeah.
all Marvel.
Well,
So
I mean,
I was
you
gonna-
got kids too.
Yeah,
So
well,
there's
yeah.
tons of
Yeah,
stuff on
that's
there
a
that's
good
good for them.
Yeah.
So
I mean, Bluey alone is.
Bluey is what? Oh, that cartoon.
Yeah.
Oh, with the
your
card game.
daughter
that
still
you
doesn't
play?
watch Bluey, does she?
I watch Bluey.
Really?
There you go.
It's
Wow.
it is awesome.
Okay.
I love it.
I never got into that one.
Oh,
So okay.
The dad is me.
All right. That's
Like,
cool.
Goes all in with his kids, acts like a goon,
Okay.
full on suspend reality to just do what.
I had a cartoon phase there myself that kind of died on the vine when my daughter stopped watching them. So
Well, wasn't I mean you?
Well, she's also still 9.
oh, that's true. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Your boy and my girl. They're the same.
He doesn't watch it.
Yeah.
Wasn't your daughter like the perfect age for like Gumball? What was the show that you and she used to watch together?
We used to watch Daniel Tiger.
Oh,
So Gumball. I mean, I watched the fuck out.
that's
of
what I thought. It was like
And she was like, "Daddy, this show is dumb." I was like, "This show is the funniest fucking piece of television that I've ever seen in my entire life." So yeah,
I remember you watching. I thought you watched it.
love
with her,
that show.
but-
That's why I was like, don't you always have a cartoon face?
Yeah, I don't know, man. I've gone back to it a couple times, but like, there's been a couple times where I engaged with cartoons and then I got out of it. And right now I'm out of it because I watched Gumball, and then after that there was a couple other shows that I watched for a while. I'm having trouble to remember what they were though.
There's a lot of stuff out there, man. It just-
Oh, I did finally catch all the Adventure Times. So
did you?
they get fucking weird.
They get
So
very cosmic after a while.
they get very cosmic, and then they go into like mini movies that are
Yes,
like
they do.
9 episodes long.
Mm-hmm.
So they have an entire series about Marceline the Vampire Queen, which is transcendental. You know?
You're not wrong.
You know? And then, so that one, it was like, I kind of miss Jake and Finn just being assholes.
Dude,
you know?
there's this. Here's this thing. You're right, because like half of this is like the answer is correct, where you could say like, this show has gone so far up its own ass, I can't stand it. I'd say you're absolutely right. You turn around and say like, this show has gone so far up its own ass. I'm like, I'm here for the journey, man. There's
I am.
there's-
I want to know what happens to the Lich King. So I have to know.
There's this part. I mean, there's an episode the whole time where Jake spends the time as a brick.
Yep.
It's genius.
Yep.
Absolutely genius.
Yep. No, seen
right?
that one. Yep. So
You want to talk about like transcendental? I'm like, this is not a kid's cartoon. Yes, it is. Actually, it has a valuable lesson to it, but it's stupid.
man, you have to pay attention to
Yes,
it.
you do.
Yeah, I know. So I had to like finally. I was finally able to scrape them all off YouTube TV and then canceled YouTube TV. So, but I did actually manage to get them all because they were still airing them on Cartoon Network like twice a week. And so it took like 2 fucking years, but I finally got them all. So,
Did you
Yeah.
just sign up for? Does Cartoon Network have its own?
it went over to HBO.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it went over
That's
to
where I
HBO.
actually caught up with it at the end. Yes.
Yeah, it went over to HBO, and then there was another cartoon that was into there for a bit. I can't remember what it was though. But Gumball went through its own thing too, man, where it went on and then off, and then came back with a couple like shorts.
Did it?
So yeah, but they're not very good. And so and they're later. So
I mean, you could look if somebody from the outside said like, this may be some of the laziest animation I've seen. It's like, well, you're kind of right.
it totally
Like,
is, but that's
but
the
it's
idea.
not.
Yeah,
I mean,
so
it doesn't look like crap. That's the thing.
No.
Is it's not. It's lazy, but it's not shitty.
No.
There's a difference.
no, it's
Right.
not shitty.
It's very much like a Squidbillies kind of distinction.
I did watch all the Squidbillies finally too.
I could
So
not do the
It's-
the end where they ripped Dan
Dan Halen.
Dan Halen in half is it's totally worth all the shit you have to put up to get to that point in time. He's just literally squeezing him in half and he's dead. You do finally get
Like,
there.
that happened? It's like, yeah, it sure did. You get ripped in half by a fucking giant piece of corn.
Piece of corn.
And
That was in his Hitler face too.
again.
so dumb, man.
Well, and then you find out that he's like this
Your mom was
immortal.
white and fat as hell.
You find out he's this immortal creature of evil, and like when they're doing his like documentary, it's like, what does that do? It's like, are you whipping slaves? It's like, no.
No.
It was very hot. I was cooling them off. You know.
It's so funny. He's supposed to sound like Kelsey Grammer too.
Is he voiced by Kelsey?
No. It's just somebody who's got his voice down, man.
Yeah.
I mean, again, you tell me the show's stupid, you're not wrong. If you tell me that's exactly what you like about it, I'm kind of there with you, right? It's just
That's not a kid's cartoon, though.
no.
Yeah, no. Yeah. I don't know.
Well, you just kind of watch anything.
My
You
kids
kind of lost the.
Yeah.
I don't have a filter for him really.
No, I don't have a filter for my daughter anymore either, but she just doesn't engage with TV. So.
Has she? What's the last movie you took her to?
I haven't. So.
Ever?
I have once. It was Fantastic Beasts.
Wow.
It was that long ago. Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
wow! Gotcha.
No.
Yeah, we just went this week. So
My wife's taken her to movies since.
Oh,
then.
okay. What's the last movie she went to?
I have no idea. So, yeah. I couldn't tell you. So,
Gotcha.
it's like movies and concerts, I'm like, I'm out. So, yeah.
Right.
I'm like, I'm good. So, they've already got a whole, like, venue of concerts lined up for next year. Those are weekends that I get the house to myself.
Fair enough.
What's your version of this that you do with her? Where it's like, this is the what's that supermodel trains place in like Pennsylvania?
Well, she and we've gone to Lego Fest a couple times. So
What is that and where?
Well, the last one was here. Well, no, the last one we went to was up in Denver, and then there was one here. It's basically where like Legoland comes to your town, and they set up all the
Okay.
models, and you can build shit, and there's games you can play, and all kinds of stuff. It's fun. So, but no, what she and I do, we go fishing. So
Oh, okay. All right.
we go fishing. We take her shooting. So
Oh, that's awesome.
yeah, my wife does
That
it.
works.
So.
I haven't been thinking about buying a gun lately, but I have been watching more people shoot them on YouTube.
I have been seriously thinking about buying myself another gun this Christmas.
Which one are you thinking of?
I kind of want a Winchester. I've always wanted one. I've got one priced out. Yeah,
How much do they want for it?
like $1,500. Yeah.
Okay.
I entered a raffle for a gun,
What kind?
a shotgun.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I think you get those for like $500.
There was some old veterans sitting outside Big R, and I'm like, all right, sure.
Would you like a shotgun?
I was like,
Just to have
Sure.
or
like, I don't have one, sure. So, yeah, I still do want to buy a gun, but I just have no idea what. So,
see, what I've been looking at is sort of a kind of like a higher gauge shotgun with a clip.
A higher gauge? What do you mean
Yes.
a higher gauge?
They're like 20.
That's not bigger, you know that, right? 20 gauge
Well,
is
yeah,
smaller than 12 gauge.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes,
okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because it's not
It
as
does not have as much recoil.
no. That's what I'm looking for. There was this
Mm.
cool little cheap like clip shotgun.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, that seems like the perfect thing to have around the house. That doesn't destroy the house if I have to shoot it.
Mm-hmm. No, that's why you don't want an AR.
Exactly. Yeah.
If you live in a neighborhood, you don't really want an AR. You'll shoot your neighbors
Right.
through your walls.
Exactly. Yes. So if I have like invasive Democrats, I can go ahead.
Democrats are not going to come into your house, man. They're like, excuse me, sir, can you do you have a minute to hear about this latest ballot initiative?
Yeah, right. Do you have a minute to spare for our Lord and Savior Kamala Harris? I got it. It's like, no, that's fine.
I'm about halfway through the Joe Rogan Trump interview.
It's not bad.
It's
It's really laid back. It's two dudes just talking.
No.
Actually, I wish Trump would put some of this stuff, like, actually say these things. Because it's like, oh, he explains the whole tariff thing and, like, goes through and he's like, oh, if I could really make it go all the way, I'd get rid of income tax. I was like,
Right.
well, tell people that.
Well,
Because
it is.
holy crap, if you
Yeah,
told
well.
people you might have to raise prices a little bit because we're tariffing everything and
the
there'll be
math on that
adjustment,
does not work.
but we're going to get rid of income tax? Whoa, all right, I'm in. But I was just like, damn, he explains some of this stuff really well. Like,
He does. The thing that I noticed about Trump when watching this, right, is I figured out the verbal tick of his that kind of gets under my skin. Is he, or the weaving?
The weaving
oh, it's
hands.
hanging out. Well, I didn't watch him do it. I was just listening. So he always does.
He does that. The thing that I've noticed is that dude, he will just punt on any sentence 3/4 of the way through without changing the tone of his voice.
Yeah,
Where
he
it's
will.
just kind of like, and the thing about this thing that we're outside the thing that we're looking at, the thing that we're looking at inside the thing, right? Where it's just like, would you complete one fucking thought? And he does that constantly.
Yeah, he does that.
Constantly.
Yeah.
Like if you as somebody that does a lot of proofreading now, and you're looking at like this dictation, I'm like, fuck. It's like, I hate editing this guy's work, right? Because you'd have to have all these weird like symbols and stuff in there to indicate like, no, this is the same sentence, dog. And autocorrect would have like marks everywhere, like fix this. I'm like, can't. That's it.
Yeah.
He's not reading from a teleprompter because nobody can write this.
No.
No, and he's not. And that's the thing is, at least his thoughts will eventually get finished. It is just that circuitous serpentine thing that Kamala Harris does. Like, I can't stand it. And you know what? If your voice literally wasn't like you're fucking my ear, it wouldn't be as impenetrable,
it is
right?
horrible.
But just getting to that point where you're just going to loop around to the front, you won't have answered anything, and it will be like, let's see, the cool thing about circles is that they're circular, but she takes 10 minutes to say it. Like, God, you can't do this to me.
Yeah, all of her interviews have just been terrible.
I only made it through the one. Yeah.
Did
You
you?
do the Fox one?
I did watch the Fox one with Brett Baer.
Yeah.
So it wasn't bad. So it was just there was nothing to be learned from it.
Oh, and
So-
you were right. It was her people yanking.
Yes.
Yeah, well, yeah.
You were right.
Yeah.
there, so.
Yeah, they came out and said that the next day. Yeah. So no, I watched the whole Joe Rogan thing. I think Trump made Joe Rogan look stupid. So personally.
I don't think that Rogan pushed him hard enough.
I don't e-
That was the thing I was looking for was...
I think Joe is trying to in some cases, but you can tell that Joe is looking for a very specific answer. And when he didn't get it, he'd get frustrated. So and move on to something else.
Yeah.
So Trump just played him like a fiddle. So he really did, and they're buddies afterwards and stuff like that. But Trump came out looking like the one who wasn't fucking crazy, and with Joe Rogan there, that...
All right. Nobody said it like that, but I think you're right. Yeah, that's kind of spot on analysis. Yeah.
Yeah, I watched it like 1.5 times. So yeah.
Oh, I watched it once, and I was doing other stuff too. So
And that's why I watched it 1.5 times, because I was doing other stuff through like a middle half, and I was like, nah, you got to pay attention to this one, man. So
Oh,
I'm gonna
okay,
go through
okay.
it and actually give it a fair shake. And then he goes into MMA territory where Trump starts asking him questions, which is fucking hilarious. Okay, because all of a sudden Joe Rogan's talking about, oh yeah, well if you get hit, this is how you feel. Blah. Trump's like, that's interesting. Tell me more. It's just burning the clock on him. It's hilarious.
there was.
So yeah, after I finished watching the second run through on that one, I was kind of like, Joe, you're a dummy. So, and it was just like, okay, Trump's normal. He's fine. So he's not cognitively impaired.
No,
Not well. I mean, he's still
No.
80, but still, you know.
he's. I wish he didn't have that like oldness in his voice, because there is some of that.
Well, and he even talked about that. He's like, hey, you got to be careful with your voice. And so he said in that, and I don't know if you caught that part where he's talking about that. He's like, yeah, so, you know, you have to know when to tone it down. And that's what he was doing in the interview. So, you know, he wasn't going to get mad. He wasn't going to start speeching on him. So, because he had another speech to give that night. So he said that in the interview. And that was just like a mile over Joe Rogan's head.
So do you think that in retrospect, even though that the offer was there, do you think that it was a wise move for Harris to decline the invitation?
I don't know if she's fully declined it yet.
What's that they did?
Huh?
Their camp said that she did.
Yeah, I mean, if you watch like just the interview the other day, and that was taped on Friday, and so even at Friday, Joe Rogan himself said, "Hey, we're still talking about it." So I haven't seen anything since then. So have you?
Just from her camp that says that she didn't have the time for it.
Well, and I mean, Trump said the same thing too and changed his mind. So who knows? I mean, you know, like it reached like fucking 22 million people in less than 24 hours. So she'd be a fool not to make time for that.
I
So,
agree.
Do you
yeah.
think she could actually speak for 3
I
hours?
think actually, if you got her one-on-one, she'd probably be okay. So, you know,
She fumbled with fucking Anderson.
Yeah, that's what I'm
yeah, but that's an interview. So, you know, I think that, yeah, I think if you actually did a long form thing with her, she might actually, you know, like relax and actually talk normal. So, I don't know.
I don't think she's not relaxed, man. It's just
I don't know, man. I don't know. She's definitely got her guard up if she's got people like doing the helicopters with their hands in the background. So,
it's true.
you know,
Yeah.
I don't know, man. So the thing is, you can't find tape or recordings of her just like in a room with dudes, you know, like that
No.
people that she works
No.
with. So, you know, if she got to the point in time where she had to do a 3-hour interview, we might actually get to see that. I don't think it's going to matter. So, but
No.
yeah,
Nor
you
do
know,
I.
but still at the same point in time, I'd like to see it. So, because there are anecdotal stories out there that she's actually very good with people one-on-one when she meets constituents and stuff like that. So even in her time in the as the senator from California. So, but you know,
just not people she works with.
well, I don't know, man. So I heard she's a tyrant as a boss. So, but I've also heard that she's like really sweet to, you know, people that, you know, like ask her for help. So I don't fucking know. That's the whole thing. She's not letting us see that. So, and I mean, Trump was very reluctant to sit down and actually do something like Joe Rogan too, because he's got this whole side of him that's actually like, you know, nice grandpa. He doesn't like people seeing that
Right.
side, you know. So, you know, because it's an ego thing.
Exactly. It's not even. That's the weird thing about the ego part too. Is so many things like the whole thing where this week has been just like punch the Hitler button for 50 points,
Oh,
right?
it's so dumb, man. And everybody's like, stop hitting that, man. It sets off the alarm every time you fucking do that.
You're right. No, you're 100% right. Like it's like an Amber Alert at 1 o'clock in the morning. It's just like I don't want to
I
turn
don't
this
want any
off.
push notifications. Or
I don't want to turn this off, but I feel like I have to. I'm not sleeping, and yeah, they just kept jamming on this shit. And the same thing with he's not the one that comes forward and talks about like, y'all know he's the one that flew Nelson Mandela out here after like he was in prison and all that stuff. Like when people start talking about like the awards he won with Rosa Parks and stuff, like he's not the one
Who won
saying it.
awards with Rosa Parks?
Donald Trump
When?
in like 1994.
Oh, okay. I didn't know.
Yeah, in the past where yeah, he doesn't bring these things up.
No, he doesn't like to showing that side of
Right,
himself. You
right.
know? Like the best interview that he did all year was the golf one. I don't know if you guys watched that one, but it's fantastic. All
Or he
he
was
did-
just like chatting and like tips that dude like $100.
No, well, yeah, that's where that came from. But
Uh.
if you watch the full hour-long video of him actually golfing with Bryce DeChambeau, so they just bullshit about golf, and it's like this guy's normal. You know, he's
Right.
fine. He doesn't like people seeing that. So, you know, it's weird. But he's 80. You're not going to change
That's
that.
fair enough. Yeah.
You ain't going to change that.
No, yeah, I think the elections.
I don't think it's in the bag, man, but I think it's definitely trending his way. So
I think it's.
I take it you've seen some of the numbers I've been looking at too.
I've seen the numbers too, man, but you got to look at the map. The map is a problem. So
the map is
She's
saying
not in. She
like,
never is in Philadelphia. Like she doesn't do Pennsylvania.
she was there today.
she was there
Oh,
today.
okay.
Yeah.
But I'm like, you're not doing what you need to do.
But he's not going where he needs to go to in Pennsylvania either. He's not going anywhere near Philadelphia. So, and that's 45% of the state. So it's
I think he was near. Actually,
well,
he
the McDonald's
was in
thing wasn't
Philadelphia
too
a while
far
back. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's the whole thing, man. So it's, you know, I didn't realize that. I thought like Pennsylvania was like half, you know, Philadelphia and half Pittsburgh.
No.
No,
Mm.
no.
No. There's
It's more like Colorado. It's Denver and everything else. Yeah.
there's a lot of parts of Pennsylvania that are like the hills have eyes.
They do, yeah. Some of them have Amish eyes in it
It's-
too, yeah.
A
So,
lot of people are like there are some creepy ass parts of Pennsylvania. I mean, dude. I mean that's hey, that's one of the reasons why people drill out there.
Oh yeah.
They
Oh,
have
yeah.
land and they have oil. They have.
well, yeah,
you know.
you go where the money is. Yeah. Oh no, we'll see. We still got what, 2 weeks?
No,
No.
it's like 8 days now.
Yeah.
8 days? Is,
Yeah.
is it an election on Tuesday?
A week from Tuesday. Yeah.
Is it a week from Tuesday? Okay, cool. Yeah, almost done.
Almost done.
Almost done.
Yeah, there's not any more. I mean, I think the stuff they tried to like spring on this stuff, it's like done. Like when they the Stacey Williams accusation that lasted all of one day.
I didn't even
don't know
catch
what
that
that
one.
Stacey Williams, the former model, she said that Trump had sexually assaulted her, I think, back in like in the 90s, something like that, and that she was introduced to him through Jeffrey Epstein. And she said like this happened like the year that she said it happened, right? It was like this happened on this block at this time when they were neighbors together. So they're like, so she came out with that, and then you know the research immediately jumped in and said, okay, so it was this year. It's like yes, you were introduced by this person. It's like yes, when they lived in the same block. It's like yes. He didn't move into Trump's neighborhood until 3 years later. You understand that, right? So it was just one of those things that it's a 30-something-year-old accusation with details that were completely out of kilter.
I guess it didn't even make.
It popped up. It was.
Didn't hit my newsfeed,
Yeah.
man. So
Here's the thing.
I'm not on the Twitter, so yeah.
It was everything on Twitter for about 2.5 hours.
I would
It was
definitely not see a thing.
completely debunked by the end of the afternoon. Like if you read about it at lunch, it was quashed by dinner. Right? That's how fucking like it was the dude who was dropping it was saying like it's the it was the October surprise you've been waiting for.
Oh, everybody's got one of those up their sleeves, man. So
Yeah, that was stupid. The fact that you guys didn't hear about it is kind of makes the whole point. So there's a lot of like, is there anything left we can throw at the wall and see if something will stick? And they've elected to jam on the Hitler button. Yeah. And here's the thing: is there's not enough Hitler left. There's just not.
we've heard it too many
You
times.
can't.
man.
Yeah, you can't ring bell for Hitler anymore because like, you.
Yeah.
You just can't. You milked it dry, and then the guy with the Holocaust survivor, and he's like, "This is the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life." When it came out, he's a mensch. You know, when that came out, I'm like, "Oh God."
Oh, and $60,000 to bury a Mexican, and then the family said actually he did. So I was like, come on, guys.
So yeah,
That was so funny because that Goldberg article, like, there's this other show that I've been watching. They called that one about it 24 hours before it dropped. So,
Did they?
Yeah, they were like, yeah, there's this dude going around shopping around this story. It's going to drop within the next day. So I can't say what it is because I don't want to give it any light of day, but it'll involve X, Y, or Z. And then, of course, it was all 3. So that was totally shopped around.
And that was the same thing with the Stacey Williams story. Was it turned out it had been shopped to every major network, and all of them passed on.
Yeah. So
Yeah. So it's we're getting to the end of it. The gases, kind of.
ain't got no gas in it.
Yep, that's correct. It's gonna be the last couple of appearances. I don't think there'll be no butthurt emails or Hunter's laptop this time. I think it's gonna come down to last minute shenanigans.
Well, and I mean, like early voting's getting in like full swing. So in a lot of the states that allow it. And they're doing some exit polling on that already, and they're coming down from the hills again, just like they were in 2016. I don't know about your neighborhood, man, but mine's full of Trump signs again. So just in the last 2 weeks, they started going back up.
I don't have any in here.
Oh, really?
No.
Huh.
We got a few, but...
I've got the dude that has it at the end of the street, but he's had that since 2020.
No, I got guys who rolled out their signs within the last week. So in my neighborhood, yeah. And one Harris sign. I have a Harris sign.
Oh, wow.
And it is not the house that says, "In this house we respect." We don't say words like reckoning. We don't believe in strike cams.
That's a problem because that is a very disputable position here at this point. It's starting to look like I'm the only one that holds it.
Which position?
No strike cams.
No instant replay.
No, actually, that's my stamp. Human jobs for humans.
Human jobs for humans.
I put that spin on it.
Yeah, those are gonna go.
I'm well aware of that. No,
What is this?
Human jobs for humans? No, humans are replaceable. Robots.
Oh, yeah. Robots, yeah.
Those jobs that are replaceable, you're gonna be replaced.
I mean, do you find that the umpire will be eliminated immediately? Like he won't be behind the catcher?
No, because he'll still need to call safe on coming home.
Oh,
and things
yeah,
like
that's
that.
true.
Why can't the machine do that too?
Because they have umpires that are out there.
Well, the umpire also keeps the game pace going. So the home plate umpire has an important job there too. So
Yeah, they'll still have the role for all that and stuff.
I don't think it's necessary. I
And
think
then-
the
and then you'll
cameras and all that
also
stuff do that too.
Want to do it because he's the guy that has so he'll have a thing in his ear that will tell him if it was a ball or strike.
right, just beat
And then
him.
he can be like, "Hurrah!" and still do the show.
That's pointless.
It's part of the show. It's entertainment.
I just make them sound. I mean, that's the thing. If you're gonna take his job away, take the job away.
It's just like the bell.
Yep,
Yeah, no,
exactly.
It's
Yeah.
the entertainment factor.
See, you're making that argument because it would suck. So, and then there go what makes your argument that you shouldn't actually replace the umpire, right?
It's if he doesn't have any power to make those decisions, nobody cares if he's putting in the act or not, because he's not doing it.
I
It's
would.
just the machine.
Yeah, no,
I would
you
want
would.
that.
It's just
It's
theatrics.
entertainment.
It's fucking garbage.
You knew Ed Hockley because he was buffed and did the extreme
But
gyration.
he was
With the
making
knife hand?
Yeah, he was making the calls though.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if he was getting fed it in his ear or not.
It absolutely matters. If it's not his decision, no, because the thing about Oculi and all the rest of these guys, it's about the calls they make, and they're the ones. But
Nah, it was him slapping and first down.
that's the wrong guy. Black Clapper was a different guy.
Hockley slapped and did that
Yeah, he
too.
did.
Barely, but he did not have.
Oh, he was pumping his guns while
he did not have the same
Isn't that
groove.
kid out there?
Yeah, his kid.
Yeah.
He
He's
did-
like spitting image of him too. Yeah.
He did not have the same groove as Black Clapper. He was the smooth one.
Yeah,
All right, so it's different. Don't.
it's part of the show.
But he's making the call. That's the thing is he's
Well,
making the
fine.
call. It's the same
They'll
thing.
Still make the call.
When you come in there and you got to be angry about the things where like you remember the ones where you come in there and they
Why do you watch a movie?
Huh?
Why do you watch a movie?
That's a movie. This isn't.
It's entertainment.
No. These are two
Yes,
different
this
things.
is literally they're both entertainment.
Sports is literally not supposed to be scripted.
No.
Any elements that go to scripting are elements that need to go.
But it's entertainment.
It's awful. It's
totally
phony
fine.
reality shows.
It's
It is
totally fine.
Survivor where nobody can die. It is
Put on the show. It's good.
That is pathetic. There needs to be more
It's
division.
ratings, baby.
Yes.
And that's all that
Fuck
matters.
Well, you're losing them.
Well, that's why they need to make it a robot and then have the umpire really
Who's
get...
losing ratings?
I don't know.
All sports. All
the
sports are
NFL
losing
losing
ratings.
ratings?
All of them are. Yes, they are.
I don't think the NFL's losing
They're
ratings.
all losing ratings.
NFL's
Like,
doing
at what rate?
At the rate that TikTok can eat from them. People, the
NFL's
replacement rate.
Yeah, I thought that we were on already a record-breaking
The
season.
replacement rate into sports is like this.
It's doing fine.
Yeah, I thought a lot of them were like actually self-selecting back into football. So
It's doing just fine. The
I see it
streams
for
are
baseball, man. I mean, there was even this year where even the Rockies had trouble actually getting butts in seats. So
not- They were still 13th,
yeah, but they really sucked this year.
but they're still
Yeah, I know,
13th,
yeah.
man.
Yeah, it's,
That's insane for how crappy they were. They should have been damn near last.
They should put a padlock on the stadium so you can have it back after
Well,
you've
that's
learned
White
your lesson.
Sox.
Yeah, that is the White Sox. Did I tell you about Were you here the night where I was talking about the cactus?
The cactus.
Oh my God, the White Sox are so bad at their postseason show. All right, so I mean their postgame show, like your local news network in Chicago, like Denver WGN up in Denver would have their Rockies
Yeah.
post game show. The two guys in there, one of the guys took a fucking prop cactus and put it on the couch and sat on it live. And he said, "This is less painful than me."
Oh man. Yeah.
I thought that was pretty good.
Oh, it would get tough to call 162 games when you
Oh yeah, absolutely.
that bad.
That's Bob Uecker from Major League.
Right.
You don't give them the freedom to like knock back a few and have fun, then it's miserable.
Yes, that is 100% true. Oh man.
Do you know? Here's something I learned about this. It's not an alternate ending per se, but there's an alternate plot point that they deleted from Major League, where I shit you not, I saw it. It was a clip where the girl who takes over the Cleveland Indians,
Yeah.
she calls the skip into the office and breaks it down for him that she's actually been on their side the whole time, but has been busting their chops to get them to play well, thus defeating the entire, it's the impetus of the movie.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
But that was one of the alternate takes on it, so that she was not the villain of the movie.
Yeah, I have heard that. Yeah, but
It's
they
an
tested
excellent
that and it didn't work. So
Well, yeah, that's I
Right.
completely agree. But I was like, wow, dude, that's a hell of a weird take for this movie. Like
She did not have the force. I could see her coming in and saying that to try and save face.
no, I mean that's the thing. She called, and he's like, "You been what?" And
Right.
there was this moment where it's like, I don't know whether to tell the guys or whatnot, but you just find out that she's been like super good intention the whole time around. Like,
Yeah, I wouldn't believe a word.
I was
coming
like,
out of her mouth.
this movie is mean spirited in a lot of ways. Like that's part of the charm of it, right? I think it's still brilliant.
yeah,
But,
I haven't seen it in a long time.
oh man,
Back when the league minimum was $36,000 a year.
yeah, I heard the new Blade movie got canned indefinitely.
Yes, I saw that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it is in development hell.
Because they don't know if they want to go back to Wesley Snipes.
Well, my understanding, they broke down how many people have come and gone on that project, directors and writers. It's like a baseball team's worth of staff. It's, like coming on, and so much to the point where Mahershala Ali.
I actually like him as an actor. I would have been
I do
curious to
too.
see how he did.
But the thing is, at this point, he's getting at an age where it's like, you might as well just bring in Wesley Snipes.
That's what they said. They said the guy's 50.
Yeah.
Well, isn't he, or he wasn't he in the Luke Cage thing, which they
He
already
was.
have in, which is now canon?
Yes, and he was in the good half of Luke Cage.
Well, yeah, sure.
The second is one of the most retarded turns I've ever seen in my life. I was like,
Yeah.
why are people bad talking this show? I'm like, because the first time, I'm like, this is very urban. I like it. I like what it has to say. It gets so stupid.
Yeah.
Let me introduce you to a character named Diamondback. Like, do you have to?
Yeah.
Is he really gonna say, "Can you dig it"? Like, Jesus Christ! You remember? You watched it?
I think I watched all of them except for the second season of The Girl.
Oh, Jessica Jones.
Jessica Jones.
I might have
Second,
watched part of
third.
that.
Did she have 3 seasons? Or was it just 2? I don't even know.
If I watched the second season, I don't remember anything from it. I liked the first season, but
Because that had Doctor Who in it.
yes, and he was awesome.
Yes.
I unfortunately watched all of Iron Fist. And I was like, oh, why? This is
Bad.
so boring. That's the biggest crime, Wham, is it was just boring. It's like, are you really? I mean, would you just kick an ass already?
Well, that guy as an actor is not.
Yeah, is he popped up anywhere? Or
He was in Game of Thrones.
Oh, was he?
He was.
Did he do anything cool?
No.
No.
He was
Who was he?
gay in Game of Thrones.
Oh.
He was.
There was a gay character in Lord of the...
Yeah. He was.
Oh, he was
blonde.
Renly.
No. He was. I think his name started with L. Loris.
He was Loris.
Loris.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, no, he wasn't gay. He was fucking his aunt. So... Yeah, he was.
No, there was a
Cersei.
gay one.
He wanted to be gay.
Maybe.
but
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. He wanted.
To be gay.
he
But you're
wanted
a
to be gay,
prince.
but you're a prince, and he wasn't
Oh.
allowed to be.
So you have to get married to, or yeah.
No, she just wanted to jump his bones. So, yeah.
No, he was supposed to get married. He was the one that was supposed to get married to Marjorie.
That was Renly. That was
Oh, maybe it was Renly.
okay. Yeah,
It was Renly. I don't know. I'm terrible with names.
yeah. It's there were 1,000 of them in that fucking series.
Well, that was the point, right? I mean, was
Oh, they all
the
die. Everybody died.
You don't get attached to nobody in that.
they die,
Everybody dies.
The only guy who doesn't die is Peter Dinklage. Spoiler! Haha! I fucked it up for all of you, internet. Yeah.
I think the spoilers have probably been off for that show for a while.
Yeah.
Oh god, man, people still bitch about spoilers. So
Really?
Yeah.
So, what is the official timeline you should give people?
For spoilers,
Yeah, before you.
24 hours.
Whoa.
Yes.
Yeah.
If it's on YouTube, you can go find it out.
Whoa. 24 hours.
Yeah.
I was gonna say a week.
No. Otherwise, don't Google it, dumbass.
Yeah, exactly. I don't believe in spoiler-free reviews of
No,
shows.
I don't either.
Just, I like when they say, like, okay, so you can watch up to this point. If you don't want to know more, just stop.
That's fine.
Yeah, totally fine. I can come
Yeah.
back. But
I don't know. I kind of like the guys who are just unapologetic. It's like, don't watch this video. So I'm going to talk about what happens. So if you don't want to know what happens, leave.
Well, whereas when it was coming out, the final season and stuff, and the bad guys get the dragon.
Yeah.
They had on SportsCenter, they brought Herm Edwards on,
Okay.
and he was talking about football and stuff, and then they're like, oh yeah, somehow they got to Game of Thrones. He's like, I can't believe the bad guys got a dragon, and they're just like, you can't say that, no, that's it was only like it's only been like 8 hours. You can't spoil this forever. No, you didn't even say you were gonna spoil it. You just dropped it on
he
everybody.
clearly has different rules. Oh, if it happened, we talk about it in this house.
Like, you want to watch it?
Yeah, no, the same rules.
It's like, you guys wanted to talk about Game of Thrones on fucking, football shows. So that's what you get.
That's what you get.
What you get.
But yeah, I would usually give it a week. But I guess in this day and age,
What do we don't even have like media commonalities between the three of us that would even be like worthy of spoiling. Right?
Not really.
We don't watch the same shit. We sure as hell don't have the same schedules on it. Like, if I see something that you've seen, it's like 12 years after you've seen it.
Yeah, I mean, what's new now?
Nothing.
That I watch that you guys would watch?
Well, even like I can't even think of what is new. Like other than a movie coming out, like
That
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, you know, the point in time where like there's huge like anchor point TV shows like Game
Yeah.
of Thrones. That's
Right.
done. So yeah, there wouldn't. I mean, you'd have to like, I'd have to recruit you guys into watching something before I could even spoil.
What would you recruit us to watch?
Nothing.
I mean,
There's
that's the
not.
thing.
I don't even have
What's in
any
your
fucking
mind?
services, man.
Right.
So
Yeah, that's
yeah,
true.
I mean, you know, yeah, I don't mind like spoiling like fucking Adventure Time. You know, it's 20 years old.
That's true. It's like, and the Lich did it. But he was a
The
comic.
list did, but
Yeah,
he was
no,
bad.
it's just
Yeah,
weird. Yeah.
exactly. So he actually was, you know, the embodification of evil. So
That Prison Planet was wild, though.
it was wild,
It's
man.
fantastic.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
they killed Billy. So
That was,
heartbreaking.
yes.
Yeah.
And kind of a little bit gross. He'd been, like, wearing his skin.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
damn it, you just ruined it for me.
It's
Yeah,
a
damn it,
20-year-old
yeah.
show,
20-year-old
buddy.
show.
I mean,
There
that's
you
the
go,
thing,
yeah.
is anything that you watch now is going to be...
Yeah, everything
Way in
I'm
the
watching
past.
is old. So yeah, I mean, I guess some of the Marvel stuff I watch is new, but you guys keep watching that. So I mean, spoiling crap on
man.
your world.
Like,
I
it's
haven't seen a Marvel movie since Iron Man. So,
2008.
well, I think it was the third one. So-
Oh, wow.
that was
I'm
not
sorry.
worth watching.
Yeah.
They don't even pretend they pretend that didn't even happen.
Cool. Yeah, I haven't seen a Star Wars movie since 2017.
Is that when
That's
like
pretty recent.
did you watch Mandalorian at all?
No, it must have been before then because it was the one where Luke dies.
Yeah, so that was episode 8 of 9.
It was 8 of 3. So, you know, maybe 6.
Well,
you know?
Oh, because you just
Right, yeah,
yeah, I
they-
got you.
oh no!
Gotcha.
Look, we've, buddy, we're I don't even know what to call it. What were the events where like the church would get together and decide like what books to canonize?
Oh,
and
yeah,
like,
no,
you and I had our own Council of Nicaea. Or whatever it is,
Yeah,
and
we did. Yeah, where we got
kinda-
together and we said, you know, that book by Ruth, problem, it's out. Yeah. So,
Yeah, we kind of did. And,
yeah, we're gonna put those in clay jars and bury them.
And then dig them up in 100 years and see if they
Maybe
were good.
if they find them, they're fine, but then they can argue about them. We'll all be
Right.
dead. So it's totally cool. So
No, that was I did some reading on that about the specifically about that the Gnostic texts that what is it, the book of, it's not Epoch, it's the one where all the really crazy shit happens, where they go into detail about those crazy looking angels that have like wheels for eyes and stuff like that.
I don't know about this.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
It's fascinating, but it's exactly like the ones that you're talking about, where it's like,
This one's a problem.
We have
so,
a-
yeah.
oh, you know what? That's they found like a perfect version of it because of it's in Africa. It's like in Ethiopia. That's where they have some of those old texts before they were
Well, that's where the Dead Sea Scrolls come from.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. which are fascinating in and of themselves.
Sure.
They seem like crap, but I mean, like
Man, it's been, how long have I been out of college? A while since I did any religious studies. So, and even then, I was for a credit.
sure,
Yeah.
yeah.
So, I bet my wife's read those a few times, the Gnostic Gospels. I have a Gnostic Bible somewhere in my house. So,
It is fascinating, but there's things where, well, I can see why you took this out.
Well, the books that they left in are all kind of samey, so they kind of make sense.
Right.
Well, this one's my favorite, and this one's my favorite. It's okay. They're like 99% the same. It's cool.
Yeah.
So he says something different here. He goes to a different town over here. It's fine. So it's not like there's aliens in this one.
Right. So it's like, wow.
Wow.
It's like Peter German Suplex that guy. It's like
It's got Dr. Doom in it.
that'd be some shit. That's I want to talk about like evidence of like time travel. It's like this. It's like when you find out that the Book of Luke is way different.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
You're like, well, Jesus was flying,
Right.
and he lasered this guy. So it's like he didn't just like heal the blind people. He actually gouged out the eyes of other people.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
like, yeah, this is weird.
With lasers.
Yes.
Yeah. So. And rockets.
What were we laughing about last time? We fucking
Oh, last time?
yeah.
What did we get going on? It was something.
The bologna ribs. Yeah.
We're talking about fucking meat. And how just chicken nuggets weren't
Yeah.
bad for you, man, because it was just basically liquefied chicken. So everybody's like, "Oh, pink slime." Is like, yeah, it's liquefied chicken. They cook it. But then we were talking about like, well, yeah, have you ever had bologna and found a rib in it?
God,
It's the exact same process, but
Exact same process, yeah.
you know exactly what it is.
Found a little bit
Yeah.
of lasers in my Luke.
That's right. Remember
Yeah. Oh, well. Should we do the blue book?
that? We got a little bit of time.
I did write it as voter special, so I figured we should at least look at fucking shit, man.
Sure. All right. Well,
false advertising.
we'll put this in your hand. As a matter of fact, why don't you do? I'll do the.
If you have a big whiteboard or something that you're
You
gonna.
got a whiteboard? Oh, he's got his thing.
Oh,
I have the ballot.
I haven't opened mine yet.
Well, there aren't that many things on it.
There's something about like mountain lions, I guess, and
There is something about mountain lions.
and then something about whether you can vote for both parties or. And then something,
That one is balls.
and then something about
So
weed.
that one is a liberal like fucking scheme. So I will,
Wait. So you said
I will actually talk shit about that.
mountain lions. Like,
Something about.
Mountain lions and bobcats.
do we want them gone?
We'll get to it.
I haven't actually opened up my blue book and read through it. I just keep seeing ads or signs up for.
When I started watching football again,
Better
all of a
start
sudden I started seeing the fucking political ads, and I was like, God damn it, this is why I wasn't doing that.
Okay.
So
Something about weed.
there is something about weed that's local.
All right. So, okay. So I guess we start with number one, right?
Yes, constitutional bail exception for first-degree murder.
That is not where this begins.
Oh.
This starts with federal offices.
Oh, you're gonna vote for the opposites.
So you're talking about the backside?
Well, yeah, I mean,
Well, okay. So does it have anything about? All right, because I don't want to just know everybody. But okay, so I'll do the backside. Okay. So we start with Amendment J.
J.
Yes.
Okay. Repealing the definition of marriage in the Constitution. Shall there be an amendment to Colorado Constitution removing the ban on same-sex marriage? Yes or no?
I didn't even know there was a ban on it.
Shall there be an amendment to the Constitution, a ban on same-sex marriage? A yes vote on J repeals language in the Colorado Constitution that defines valid marriage as a union between one man and one woman. So if you vote yes on this one, you're not defining marriage as between a man and a woman anymore. If you vote no on this one, then it stays the same and you can still get married.
All right, they can do their thing. All right, well, say no.
Okay.
All right.
What you got next?
Amendment K.
K. modify constitutional election deadlines, shall there be an amendment to the Colorado Constitution concerning the modification of certain deadlines in connection with specified elections. A yes vote results in earlier deadlines for certain election filings and publication of ballot measures in newspapers, and no, so maintains the current constitutional deadlines.
Yes.
So you want them earlier.
Yes.
Okay.
I don't really care.
Amendment 79.
Constitutional right to abortion. A yes vote on Amendment 79 places the right to an abortion in Colorado Constitution, repeals the current ban on state and local funding for abortion services. A no vote leaves it as it is. So, ban on state and local funding for abortion services and maintains the authority of the state legislature to determine the legality of an abortion in the state. So, do you want a constitutional amendment that says that you have a right to an abortion in Colorado?
Yeah, but there's something about money.
79?
Yeah, if you get state funding for an abortion.
So, yes. So right now there is a ban on state and local funding for abortion services. So voting yes on that would remove that ban, okay, and also give somebody the right to basically make it a right to have an abortion in the state of Colorado.
Man, they shouldn't have packaged these things together because I have to vote no because I'm not going to pay for it.
There you go.
All right.
All right, what do you
I
got
agree
next?
with their rights, but I don't want to pay. Amendment 80, constitutional.
Let's see. Constitutional right to school choice.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. That's the one that I've seen the most ads for lately. Where like I even got a text from like a social studies teacher the other night that was like, "Ooh, my poor social studies teacher, you're gonna take funding away from my school if you vote yes for 80." And I was like, really?
Well, your school probably isn't that good then, huh?
Don't threaten me with a good time.
Exactly, yeah. So, all right, what do you got next?
Proposition JJ.
JJ, retain additional sports betting tax revenue.
Ooh.
A yes on Proposition JJ allows the state to keep and spend more money for water projects when sports betting tax revenue is collected above the amount previously approved by voters. And no means the state has to refund the casinos and sports betting operators when sports betting tax revenue is greater than the amount previously approved by voters. So it's basically a Tabor thing.
Right.
So do we want to give the extra money that we actually collected?
To the casinos?
No.
They tax the
keep it.
casinos. Okay, and so when they tax the casino, because like, do you get when you do sports betting in the state? Is there a tax on it?
I don't know. I do mine through.
Right, but they know where you live, right?
I've never gotten like a W-2 or anything.
Exactly. They don't tax you; they tax the operator.
Well, I don't have a clue.
Well, that's what it says.
Mine's through DraftKings, so however they.
But it's tied to like an address, so they know that you live in Colorado.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah.
Yeah. So if they had to collect a tax, they wouldn't pay that for you. Well, I'm asking. I don't know. I don't do sports betting, so
I haven't gotten taxed or anything.
so you haven't gotten taxed.
No.
Okay, so obviously they tax the casinos. They'll tax like DraftKings.
Yeah,
On your behalf.
I guess so.
Yeah. So if they overtax DraftKings, should the state give the money back to DraftKings, or can they spend it on water
Spend
projects?
it on water. I don't care.
They can give it back to DraftKings.
Oh, I'll spend it on
It's
water.
not their money.
There you go.
Whatever you overtax, you give back.
That's Tabor.
Proposition KK.
KK. Yes vote on KK creates a new tax on firearms, firearm parts, and ammo. Uses the revenue for crime victim services. Meant that you're already reaching for no.
No new tax.
You do not tax gun shit. No, that's ridiculous. All right, Proposition 127.
This is the Bobcat, Lynx, and Mountain Lion
okay.
hunting one. Here you go.
Okay.
Yes, a vote yes on Proposition 127 would make it illegal to hunt bobcats, lynx, and mountain lions in Colorado. No, a no vote on 127 would continue to allow the hunting of bobcats and mountain lions as it is currently regulated by the state. Hunting lynx would remain illegal.
I didn't know it was legal in the first place.
Well, yeah, you can get you can get lion tags.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, go get them.
I think it's a lottery to get them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you,
I mean, it's not like they're like, hey, it's lion season. Duck season.
They have a certain number, and that's all it's supposed to go.
like 40,000 lions just like looking over this. Oh shit, it's on. Yeah, I don't think so. All right.
Actually, you have an extra pen.
Yeah.
I'll mark these how I want to vote on them too. So I'm pretty much like right on board with you on all of these.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So
There you are, sir. All right. So what about Proposition 128?
128, for all eligibility for crimes of violence. A yes vote on Proposition 128 would require a person convicted of certain crimes of violence to serve at least 85% of their sentence in prison before being eligible for discretionary parole or earned time reductions, and may make a person convicted of a third subsequent crime of violence ineligible for earned time or discretionary parole. A no vote keeps it current requirement that a person convicted of certain crimes of violence serve 75% of their sentence in prison before being eligible for discretionary parole. So are you going to change it from 75% to 85% is basically what it's asking.
I know this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
It's like, it's like if you did 75%, like if it was like, if you're getting out at 20.
Yeah, like 10, this extra 10%.
Well, I mean, earned credit is where you actually behave yourself in prison.
Right.
So, yeah,
Right.
you know, I don't know. All right, what's next?
129.
129, establishing veterinary professional associations. or
Oh, I've
associates.
heard about this one.
A yes vote on Prop 129 establishes the new regulated profession of veterinary professional associate as a provider of veterinary care alongside veterinarians, vet techs, and vet technician specialists. A no vote allows only veterinarians, veterinary technicians, and veterinary technical specialists to be regulated providers of veterinary care in Colorado. I don't understand this one.
So it's basically creating a new position of veterinary professional associates.
So that more people can do surgeries and stuff, I think.
Well, I don't know if that's necessarily true because, I mean, so if you already have techs, these are people that can do just about everything in the office, so I can speak to this with some clarity. That's wherein that you also have the doctor who can do things, like in my case, acupuncture.
Right.
Because nobody else in the office can do that, but they can all do, like, you know, water therapy and all that other stuff. So my guess, I would say this sounds like the RN of
Registered nurses?
this kind of feels like because it's establishing qualifications including a master's degree in veterinary clinical care. So that's
It's trying to make it so that fewer people can, or more experience.
Establishing qualifications including a master's degree in veterinary clinical care or the equivalent as determined by the State Board of Veterinary Medicine to be a veterinary professional associate. Requiring registration with the state board.
so that would be a step between doctor and tech.
So it'd be almost more like an like a NP, nurse practitioner.
Nurse practitioner, yeah, that's what I was talking about.
I
So
guess
you're
I don't-
trying to limit it?
No, you're trying to.
Or you're trying to
you're-
make more?
You're trying to make more. So you're trying to have more vets, from what I understand.
Not necessarily more vets, but less doctors.
Right. Less of them have to be DVMs.
Right.
Right.
Right. I don't know how I feel about that.
I don't know how I feel about that either. I don't know. Whenever I get to one where it's like I don't fucking know, so I almost always vote no on those
Leave it as is.
because it's kind of like, well, if you're not making the case obvious for why you need this, then we don't do it.
Well, I
yeah.
think it's saying that there's not enough vets as it is. So do you want to have more?
It's not vets.
Yeah, but it's not
What-
vets.
But it's trying to loosen those that can do, so that you have more people available to do those things.
Yeah, but like think about what that does. So like I don't actually have a doctor. I have an NP. She's great. Okay. But the reason why I have an NP is because there's a shortage of doctors in the state,
Right,
Right.
which
Okay.
is what they're trying to say.
which is what they're trying to say with vets too. But like, you know, one thing that happens, and this has definitely happened in her case, okay, the reason why she practices general medicine is because most of the physicians no longer do that. They've all become specialists. And so, like, your vets, you know, like, rather than having a general vet who's the same guy who cleans your dog's teeth and, you know, like, does your, you know, like, fixes your dog and stuff like that, there'd probably be another, like, tier of specialists, and most people with a DVM would probably go into that. Is that what you want? I don't know.
I'm going to say no, and the only reason I'm going to say this is because, all right, what that's going to do is it's basically going to make life harder for doctors.
Well, yeah, because then they have to supervise other people. Well, I guess they already do that, though.
Well, they do, but here's the thing: is this is specifically what happened to my vet place, right?
Okay.
They had 2 doctors, right, and what they're doing is they're letting one go, right, and they're having the techs do a lot of the stuff. There's only a couple of things that they're having the doctors do, right, and they're doing that for the purpose of basically charging less, right. So, in some ways, if you believe in that, that's okay. It's just whether or not you want more doctors to be overseeing what your pets do, or you want to get a lower price because you're letting that be passed down to other people.
If they actually charge a lower price.
Absolutely. In my place, they are. They are.
Yeah, I'd rather pay more.
That's up to you. There's no right or wrong answer to this here, because I think for most people, they'll probably get the same equivalent care. Because I think, like, most of the stuff they do, it's just like,
pretty
dog
standard.
does this,
Yeah.
right?
That's pretty standard.
But, yeah, it's just up to you. All right, so, yeah, that's a good question. All right, I see why they brought it up. Smart. Proposition 130.
Funding for law enforcement. A yes vote on Proposition 130 directs the state to provide $350 million in additional funding to local law enforcement to improve officer recruitment and retention, and requires the state to provide a one-time $1 million death benefit to the family of each state and local law enforcement killed in line of duty. A no vote will continue the current levels of funding.
Where does the funding come from?
Well, so like
what are we chopping?
So this is state. So almost all like of your like
Property taxes and all that stuff.
well, so like here in town, okay, your property taxes go to pay, you know, the CSPD, right? Okay, that doesn't come from the state. So this is a supplemental, and my guess is that most of it would actually be for like cow towns out there, you know, or like maybe like sheriff's departments and stuff, you know.
I guess that's
It
us.
doesn't
We don't
say.
have a local.
Yeah.
We don't have a local PD.
You guys don't, yeah, but you guys get El Paso County sheriffs out
Yeah.
there, yeah,
So that would probably be us that'd get funding because that's state,
probably.
county kind of.
Well, I don't know, man. I mean,
Oh.
it doesn't say exactly how it would do it.
No, it does not.
So we can go look at the analysis.
I'm guessing it's gonna win because people would just mark yes
Are you sure?
because it doesn't say where it's coming from. So why not? It
Well,
just
but-
seems
'cause
like it comes from the map.
All right, here we go.
In Denver, all cops are bad.
State fund. Is that true?
Just rotten.
So the state funds law enforcement agencies within the Colorado State Patrol and the Colorado Bureau of Investigation in CDPS. So provides technical assistance and grants to local law enforcement agencies, most recently providing $30 million in grants over the past 2 years to local law enforcement agencies to improve officer recruitment and retention. So basically, I mean, it comes down to you want to pay cops more. So,
But from where?
well, that's a good question. So,
Something has to get
It says
done.
grants, but I mean,
You have to make a decision somewhere.
you can't.
so here's the fiscal impacts. It requires the state legislature to set aside $350 million in new funds. So this money will be spent over multiple years. It does not say where the money will come from.
It just says they have to do
We
it.
just pull money out of our butts and
Right.
all right, I'm in.
Oh, this is butt money?
Yeah.
Okay, so Proposition 130, butt money, yes.
There's no consequences. So good.
I feel
Usually
like
they say we're going to tax this
Right,
by an
right.
extra half penny to account for this.
Right.
This one has no stipulations.
It just says they have to. They just have to come up with
It
it.
comes up with it. Doesn't say it comes out of your Tabor money.
It does not
doesn't
say where it comes from.
out of thin
Instead
air.
of alternatives to the measure only funds law enforcement instead of alternatives to traditional policing, such as social workers and.
Oh, that's a definite guess then.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, fucking Proposition 130, more ass kicking. Less,
I'm glad I read that.
okay, no, it sounds like that they'd actually be reappropriating things. All right. How about 131?
131, establishing all candidate primary and ranked choice voting in general elections. I cannot say this with enough disdain. So, but anyway, here we go. I will read it verbatim. Yes, a yes vote on Prop 131 establishes an all candidate primary for all voters, regardless of their political party, for certain offices. It advances the top 4 candidates to a general election where voters rank the candidates in order of preference once certain conditions in state law are met. A no vote continues the existing primary election system and the current method of selecting candidates and counting votes at general elections.
Okay, so this is the attempt to basically do away with first past the post, right?
This is definitely the attempt to get rid of first past the post, which basically means that the People's Republic of Boulder and fucking Denver will rule the state.
Correct.
So, yeah.
No, this is if it's what Gray CCP or whatever that guy would want to vote against that.
Who?
That YouTuber, yeah.
Oh, yeah. No, it's definitely what he would want.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
I mean, if they had something on here that was just like the anti-Hassan Piker ordinance, I would vote against that. Fucking garbage human being. All right, municipal.
Movie Bob, man. Come on.
Oh, that one, yeah. You just there's a fuck no option. You circle that one. Okay. City of Colorado Springs ballot issue 2C.
2C.
Yes. This is the one you were talking about with taxes and stuff.
Taxes for.
Well, this one says, without imposing any new tax or increasing the rate of any existing tax, shall the existing 5.7 pennies on a $10 purchase, temporary city sales, and use tax authorized exclusively for road repairs and improvements be extended for a 10-year period after its current expiration on December 31st, 2025, until the same time 10 years later, with all revenues therefrom to be placed in a dedicated fund to be expanded only upon road repairs and improvements for major streets, residential streets, access roads for parks and open spaces, road construction where severe deterioration does not allow repair, and providing for citizen advisory oversight, the above, blah, blah, blah.
So more taxes
Just extend the same.
Extend the same thing that we have going on.
and make sure that they spend it on roads.
Yes.
All right. I would vote for that.
All right. So.
Yeah. It actually, like the city over the last like 5 to 6 years has actually done a bang up job compared to like how it used to be. So, on like our whole neighborhood, we got all our curbs replaced. So, I mean, I've seen like repaving projects all over town. There's still some parts that are absolute shitholes. So, but
They repaved my street. My street was fine.
yeah, but you're not in the city.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, you're not in the city. So
We use magical money.
you're in Fulton. Yeah, you use magic white people money. Just magic the road back to repair.
My street had no real damage or anything else. Yet my ex-wife's street has like craters in it.
Oh no
And
shit.
she's like 5 minutes from my house in the same neighborhood.
Oh wow.
I'm like, huh. Well,
Well, actually, your street, you guys are governed by an HOA, aren't you?
yeah, she's in the same.
Did they resurface your street, or did they actually rip it up and
Oh,
repave it?
resurface.
Yeah, okay, so that's your HOA that did that.
But they left her street just wrecked.
Well,
Because it
maybe
probably
they don't
needs
pay their
major
shit. Ha
work.
ha ha ha. I don't know.
Maybe just knew before this is the ex.
Yeah.
Maybe just know she's a bad person.
He's a favor rounder out.
I spray paint it on the sidewalk every 2 weeks.
Yeah, exactly.
Somebody caught on.
You just paint a red X in front of a driveway. They're like, oh no, we can't do this.
It's fucking lamb blood. Ballot question 2D.
What's this?
Shall the charter of the city of Colorado Springs be amended to add a new section 130 of Article 15 prohibiting retail marijuana establishments within the city of Colorado Springs?
So wait a minute. How's that one worded again? Sorry, that's not in the blue book. So
Okay, one more time. It says, shall the charter of the city of Colorado Springs be amended to add a new section 130 of Article 15 prohibiting retail marijuana establishments within the city of Colorado Springs? Are they out?
But we already have them, or
no, we do not have them.
No, all those are medical.
They're all
Right.
in
Retail.
town.
Okay.
So the closest rec that you can get is Manitou and Pueblo.
Right.
And then you can go so they've tried to do this in both Monument and Palmer Lake, and they've gotten flushed there both times. You can still drive up to Aurora and get it. Rec.
That's not a long drive.
It's not a long drive. I mean, so of all the things that are on the ballot, this is the one that I think I've heard the most arguments over. So I mean, over at the yacht club, there are quite a few guys who imbibe. They all have medical cards, so like I understand. So it would be cheaper. The city would get more revenue out of it. These are both true things.
Yes.
But I saw them do it down in Pueblo, man, and we've seen it in Manitou too, man. And Manitou is not short on crazy people.
No.
So no, in fact,
They do great.
Solid supply, man.
so and the only thing
We got lots.
they're fine, man. And the only thing that I've seen like in Pueblo is like a lot of the money was supposed to go to schools, but like through usual Pueblo fuckery.
That's the worst kind.
It is the worst kind, man. It just didn't really get there the way that it was supposed to. And the other thing is like retail weed is so fucking cheap compared to what it was like 5 years ago. So, and it's so powerful. Yeah, I mean, you can get absolutely rocked right now. I don't know, man.
I'd say no.
You just say no? Why would you say no? I'm curious.
Because I don't imbibe, so
Not my problem.
Nope.
Yeah, not my circus, not my monkeys.
Yep.
Got it.
Okay, so I'm gonna do
I
the
don't see
opposite.
them spending money on
You're gonna
me,
go
so-
the libertarian route. It should be legal.
No. So I guess I'll take the other side of this here. Is I don't use it either. However, I don't want to stop anybody from using it if they want to. And what I'll do is, on faith, I will say that Colorado Springs fuckery will not be Pueblo fuckery, and perhaps this will be. This will make up for all the shit that I shot down, where it was like the kids get nothing.
Well, it doesn't say what happens to the money. What if it goes to provide social service rather than cops?
I feel like that would have been listed. I don't know. It's a fair question. It just all it says is so I think the first aspect of this is whether or not it's illegal or not to prohibit it. I think later on we will answer those questions depending on whether getting a yes or no.
Okay. I think that's reasonable.
So okay, and if I don't like the answers later on, then I will say no again. All right, so this one, City of Colorado Springs ballot question 300. Shall the ordinances of the City of Colorado Springs be amended to authorize only existing medical marijuana licensees to apply to become licensed as retail recreational marijuana businesses, subject to all applicable fees, including the existing 5% sales tax on weed, to limit the number of retail recreational marijuana licenses in Colorado Springs so that the number of licensed locations cannot exceed the number of existing medical marijuana licenses on November 5th, 2024, and to codify violations and penalties for recreational marijuana, which cannot be amended except by a vote of the people in the Colorado Springs City Code, including regulations that in front of a school, to any person under 21, daycare, schools, or things like that.
See, that's shady. Yeah, I mean, if you think about it,
Yeah.
if we turn around and say, okay, we can have rec, but then we turn to the people who already have med place and say, well, you guys get all the licenses.
Right.
So you have to have a medical license
In order to
be
get a
able
rec license.
But
I
also,
guess that kind of makes sense.
but also the part about codifying the violations. It's part of this, and I feel like those should be separate things.
It does sound like two totally different.
It should, because the penalties should be the.
This sounds like a punt, kind of like, well, if it passes, then at least we can put guardrails on it.
I wonder
Yeah,
if I can even vote on these things.
I don't know, man.
I say against. I don't like
think I'm
that.
inclined to agree.
I don't like that.
I don't think I'd
that
vote.
vagary right now.
Yeah, I don't think I'd vote yes for the first one, but I would definitely vote no for that.
But you don't have anything about these chumps here on the front.
I have on some, so
Okay.
you've got judges on there.
Yes, so I can go ahead and do some of these here. Okay, so I'll vote for.
Oh,
So what do you know about District 5's representative?
Which one is it?
This is the one between River Gasson and Jeff Crank. Well, anybody named Jeff Crank gets my vote.
because of the Jeff or the Crank?
Because it could easily turn into Jeff's Crank.
He's a Republican, right?
He is.
Yes.
Yeah, he basically got handpicked because Lambert is retiring. And
Oh.
he retired the day after Lauren Boebert announced that she was going out east.
Oh, really?
Because if he had waited, she probably would have come here. So,
Got it.
The commercials that were on today show that Jeff Crank's ads are being paid for by Arizona. Who wants our water?
But he's still Jeff Crank.
well, that one's like, who do you want to control the House more so than anything else? If you want to limit Democrats in the House, then vote for them. So,
Yeah.
that's fine.
I've got enough land Democrats around here. Regent of the University of Colorado.
I don't know any
You know
of
any
those
of these guys?
people.
All right. Well, then, Republican Eric Renard. Regent for University of Colorado Congressional District 5. I've got Axel Brown and Ken Montero.
I've never heard of any of these
I haven't even
people.
seen a sign for any of these
Yeah,
guys.
I kind of want to abstain, but
You can.
yeah. You don't have to vote.
Regent of the University of Colorado Congressional District 5.
Dude, region of university. I mean, so like, the fucking university is so like ridiculously communist.
Oh, okay. Okay. Got it. I will vote against that. All right. So, state senator. Do you know Ryan Howard Lucas,
I do not.
Larry G. Liston?
I have seen Liston signs. I know nothing about him.
Do you trust his signs?
They say they're
I don't think they're lying
I don't
about
think they
his name.
misspelled his fucking name. Is he the Republican or the Democrat?
He is the Republican.
Let's just go with whatever party you want to.
Okay. Do you know District 22? Do you know anything about Ken DeGraff, Michael Pearson, or Daniel Campagna?
No.
No.
Okay.
Again, I mean, so like in the state legislature, Democrats outnumber Republicans almost 2-1.
Okay. Well, then I have to.
Yeah, so
About balance in the
Want to
force.
change.
District Attorney, 4th District.
who we got?
Michael J. Allen, Jeremy Dowell. Do you know these guys?
I know Michael Allen.
Would you
Did you say
would
that
you
with
invite him to your extended family's Thanksgiving?
Absolutely not.
Okay, so
Damn.
Jeremy Dowell. All right. El
He's the
Paso.
Republican, man. I mean,
Okay, all right. El Paso County Commissioner, District 2.
yours is different than mine, I think. Yours will definitely be different.
Oh yeah.
I've
Who
got
you got?
Kerry Geithner and Bernard B.J. Byers.
So El Paso County, the county commissioners have been staunchly Republican for like 4 fucking decades. So I mean, if you want to punch back, here's your chance. So, but if you're fine with that, then leave it.
Well, my question is
I don't know any of them.
what are they responsible for?
Well, anything outside of city limits. So it's basically like city council, but outside of the fucking city.
Oh.
So, they would affect William. So, because you guys don't have, Falcon doesn't have its own city council, does it? Yeah,
I
no.
don't think so.
So, well, who do you want then? Kerry Geithner?
Geithner.
Okay.
cool.
He says it's fine. Court justices.
Okay.
Maria E. Birkencotter.
This
That
is
sounds like a
fourth
terrible
judicial.
Just says, shall Justice Maria E. Birkencotter of the Colorado Supreme Court
Oh,
be retained?
I was told that there is no opinion on any of these, so feel free to flush or keep.
Gone. Gone.
You're just flushing all of them.
I do have opinions on the judicial, like the fourth judicial ones.
Is that the Court of Appeals?
No,
Okay.
you can flush or retain at pleasure.
Gone. 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 District Court.
Let's go.
Fourth Judicial District.
Okay,
Okay. Do you know Judge Eric Bentley?
cool guy.
That's a yes. Judge Linda Margaret Billings Vela.
Indifferent.
No. Jill M. Brady.
Cool.
Too many women already. Go. Oh! Judge Samuel. No, you got to balance these things up. Samuel Albert Evig.
Indifferent.
Laura Norris Findorf.
Very cool person.
Stay. All right. Diana K. May.
Don't you dare keep her.
Oh. Oh. Fine. Okay. William M. or H. Moeller.
Cool.
I mean, he's close to William H. Macy.
Kind of. David L. Shakes.
Cool.
Okay. Good. County Court Judge. Judge Charlotte A. Ankeny.
Indifferent.
Woman, gone. Yolanda M. Fennick.
Very cool person.
Woman, gone. Shannon Marie Gerhardt.
She is the most amazing person.
Woman, gone. There's too many women on here.
Yeah, sorry, man. You're.
There's only one guy on this. Steve.
That's not how many judges there are. There are dozens more. These are just the ones that are up this year. It has nothing to do with men and women.
Cynthia McCady.
I don't know. You
Gone.
pick.
Gone. Gone.
Shannon is awesome. She's so fucking cool. She's the one person on there I know personally.
How?
Huh?
How?
How do you think?
No, I mean, like.
I'm not going to talk about how I know her on fucking public.
No, but
She's a judge.
but is she like goddaughter to your or godparent to your?
I'm just going to say that I've known her for almost 20 years. So, yeah.
Have you had dinner at her house?
Yeah.
Well,
well.
I wrote it in Sharpie.
Yep.
Okay. They're just too, I'm sorry.
I haven't had dinner at her house. I have had dinner with her.
I'd rethink that if I didn't write it in Sharpie. Okay. Amendment G. Shall there be an amendment to the Colorado Constitution concerning the expansion of eligibility for the property tax exemption for veterans with a disability to include a veteran who does not have a service-connected disability rated as a 100% permanent disability, but does have individual unemployability status?
So a yes vote reduces property taxes paid by some veteran homeowners by expanding the existing homestead exemption to include veterans whose disability is rated as making them unemployable. And a no vote on Amendment G means that existing requirements to receive the homestead exemption remain in place, and it continues to be available to Metro veterans whose disability is rated as 100% and permanent.
I support the troops. That's not what that means, but that's what I'm going to do here. All right, Amendment H.
Yeah, I'm actually a no on that one.
Well, I mean, to me, it's if they've been ranked as unemployable, right?
Yeah.
I'm okay with that.
I'm sorry, man. I know way too many guys who are just milking it. So, veterans,
You know,
They do get.
you live near a shitload of them.
They do get a lot.
I would rather err on helping out the guys that need it versus the
That
suckers
is
that
a
are
serious supplemental income.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Wow.
Yeah, if you
I
actually
had no
reduce somebody's
idea.
fucking property taxes too.
Wow.
So,
Well, you guys can counteract me. That's fine. This is Amendment H. Shall there be an amendment to the Colorado Constitution concerning judicial discipline, and in connection therewith, establishing an independent judicial discipline adjudicative board setting standards for judicial review of a discipline case and clarifying when discipline proceedings become public.
I don't understand this one. So I asked the expert, and she doesn't understand this one.
Whoa.
Yeah. So
It's basically saying an independent judicial discipline adjudicative board. So do they need their own board for disciplining judges?
they already have one.
But it says they want another one.
Yeah. So this is like nobody like I asked, and she was like, I don't know why they're doing this.
Well, so the thing is, much like Fruity Pebbles, you got to eat the ones you
gotta eat
got,
the ones you got
before you get a new one. Amendment I. Shall there be an amendment to the Colorado Constitution concerning creating an exception to the right to bail for cases of murder in the first degree where proof is evident or presumption is great?
So yes vote allows judges to deny bail to a person charged with first degree murder when the judge determines that the proof is evidence or presumption is great that the person committed the crime, and a no one requires that a judge set bail. So
It's a yes for me.
you don't want murderers running around.
I was leaning towards yes.
We got enough.
Your voting is done.
Is that it?
Yeah, I
We
guess
made it all the way to J.
we did. That's the whole thing. So,
All the way around.
okay. Well, if I give you mine, can you just dump it off?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not allowed to ballot harvest.
He's like, yeah,
Yeah.
that is something I'm against. So, even though mine's legitimate. There's a conflict in this side.
No, you can still do it. It's fine.
Yeah. There's a little camera that will show me putting 1, 2, 3 in. Oh man, if I go to my mom's first tomorrow, I'll get 4.
Yeah, I don't need to sign this thing. I don't think. Yeah, I signed the envelope.
No, you signed the envelope.
Yeah, sure. Both sides of the ballots. Got rid of a lot of lady judges.
You know how many times the judge in Colorado, or at least here, in all the elections that I've been voting for, has actually been voted out of office?
I have no idea.
0.
Okay.
No
Never,
judge?
never happened. One came close, like a couple years ago, because there was this big campaign to get rid of her. So, because she was like super lenient on a bunch of things. And,
See?
yeah, but she was also a Democrat. So, you know. And that was the only one, and she's the only one who got even remotely close. So, and it was still by like more than 10%.
Huh.
So, yeah, it never happens.
But they just have to.
It's part of it's part of the law. Yeah, I mean, you have to have like a way to hold judges accountable, and so there's like 2 ways you can do it. You can vote them out, or you can disbar them. So, and most of the times, if it's egregious, they get disbarred. Yeah.
Fair enough.
I think I licked this one.
Yes. Seal it.
Well, it didn't have a little tape
Sticker.
there. Yeah. Okay, cool.
You got your sticker.
We're proud.
We're proud. You gonna put it on the laptop?
I guess I have to.
I
Yeah.
guess you have to. So.
I don't know why they had to make the voted sticker look like a 5-year-old through it.
That was the kids' contest.
There was a kid.
There was a kids contest?
Yes.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah, that's the asshole. Then
That's why. I didn't know. It's like, really?
I made that.
I hate the idea of like 33-year-old graphic designers turning in something like spectacular, and they're just going through and saying like, let me get the one with the crayons. No, this was not open to all people.
Well, I called it right. It does look like a 5-year-old drew it.
Yeah, it does.
Yes.
That's because of
And
5-year-old.
it literally was. All right. I don't
Yeah.
feel bad anymore. Wait, how did you know that? Did it say it right there?
That's something. It said somewhere that, yeah.
I'm like,
it's-
I did
Kids
not
designed
see where you see this. But, all right, so be it.
It absolutely
I
is.
voted sticker contest winner.
Yes.
But it doesn't say where the contest was.
All right. Anything else you want to get on this recording?
No.
Go Yankees.
Go Yankees.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure, go
Yeah.
Yankees.
So
Definitely over the Dodgers. Definitely over the Dodgers.
I still like the Dodgers, but
I'm still rooting for that plane crash that takes both teams out.
We
hey,
said
hey.
before
No,
we
man.
we declared you like the worst kind.
You are the worst, Ken. You're not a fan. You're a
No.
fucking terrorist.
Yes.
I'm not making this happen. I'm just saying if it happened, then
No.
it didn't happen when
Okay.
the Chiefs or when the Patriots played whoever and all those kind of things. When the Patriots played the Chiefs, I rooted for a plane crash or something, or Bane.
Well, don't
to
keep
attack
rooting
the
for it,
Chiefs.
man. You might get
Yeah,
lucky
just-
someday, and my team might be in here.
Then you will still be a horrible person.
I know. All right. Well, we'll see how it goes.
All right.
All right. I'm Pat.
Thanks so much.
I'm Will.
I'm Jeffrey.
Hitting a button.
Yes.